On Tuesday night, during the Pirates-Diamondbacks game...
Oh, I did notice.
There was a beanball war.
Mm-hmm. Always.
You had Segura and Ahmed and then David Freese, and the broadcasters were talking about it, and apparently Tony La Russa, I guess his title is a D-backs chief baseball officer, whatever
I believe
it is.
that's, something stupid like that, yeah.
He was so angry at what the broadcasters were saying that he barged into the Pittsburgh broadcasting booth while they were on the air.
Yep.
He went right into his booth mid-game.
We might have looked and said we intend to try the ball throw in there with.
So it's Greg Brown is the announcer, and they had to deal with all of a sudden an angry Tony La Russa in there, and then they talked about it in the broadcast.
I was on with Steve Blass on the TV side, and I mentioned that these two teams, I said earlier, they have a history going back to the Goldschmidt-McCutcheon incident of a couple of years ago. It was pointed out, actually, that a year before that, James McDonald had hit Aaron Hill, then of the Diamondbacks, and went on to say, and my exact words were, there he is, as our director, Pete Toma, took a shot of the visiting general manager's booth, and Chief Baseball Officer Tony La Russa, a Hall of Fame manager, as Mercer throws out Segura one away. My exact words were, there he is as manager of the Cardinals, A's, and White Sox. Always believed that you had to, essentially retaliate, even though Caminero wasn't trying to hit Segura. And then when the final outs were made in that bottom half of the inning, I was startled when we were about to come back from a commercial break to be standing there alongside was none other than Tony La Russa, who was really upset with what I had said. And I took my headset off and I went back. I took this heated discussion back behind the curtain here so that we would not be in public view. And I have always respected Tony La Russa. In fact, to the point where I've defended him over the years, with going back to his days as manager of the St. Louis Cardinals, much to the chagrin of many around, speaking more about fans than anybody else. But, I mean, over the years, he's been a controversial figure, but I have always defended him. I've liked him. And I said as much to him in this, again, very heated argument that we had. And I was startled that he would leave his general manager booth and in the middle of a ball game come in and disrupt the broadcast. So I left it at that. I didn't want this to become a story. I didn't want to embarrass Tony La Russa. Too much respect for him. And so when asked, kept quiet about it and hoped that it would pass. But Tony La Russa last night to an Arizona newspaper quoted as saying that he acknowledged that he went into the broadcast booth Tuesday night after, quote, he heard some stuff on the air, end quote, that he considered inaccurate about his history with retaliatory pitches during his managerial days. Quoting La Russa, I never have stood for inaccuracy, so I corrected the inaccuracies. It's about taking responsibility. If you're going to speak untruths, then you're going to get challenged, and you should be responsible for what you say. I reacted. Well, now I react. I didn't speak any untruths. I spoke completely accurately, and I'll stand by every word I said. Again, I didn't want it to get to this point. I don't want to get any more squabbles, but I need to tell my side of the story, and that's that. Unfortunate. And again, I don't like the fact that we're even talking about it now, but I want to defend myself and the Pirates and this organization.
Well, you're both taking your shot. Now you get a warning.
We might have looked and said we intend to try the ball throw in there.
I'm going to try. Whatever.
Bottom line is, you don't go into a broadcast booth.
No, that's exactly what he did. Yep, he's the chief baseball officer, Tony La Russa.
Did he go check on Todd Frazier while he was at it? I mean,
yep, he wants him to take responsibility. You don't speak untruths about him, dude. Come on, what are you doing?
Well, Greg Brown's right. And
Greg Brown, of course, is right.
You don't barge into a broadcast booth. He should know better than that. He really should know better. I don't know if he had a couple drinks in him or he's.
Well,
But you don't do that.
I think that's almost guaranteed. There's something wrong with him, by the way. He's softer than he is. There's something really wrong with him that if I'm the D-backs, I would be very concerned about.
That he's running your team?
Yep. I would be very concerned about him.
Well, he knew he was done managing when he had a meltdown and couldn't explain what was happening in a game when he's on the phone to the bullpen. He was calling for Jason Mott, and they didn't know he was calling for Jeremy. That whole thing?
Right.
That they didn't know who to bring in and why to bring him in?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And he didn't know, he couldn't explain it, and then he got his entire explanation all screwed up.
Yeah, there's something, and I've seen other things too. There's something wrong here. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that probably won't be the last time he'll be in the news, but he's
for erratic behavior.
Yeah, he's daft. I mean, there's something there that's not connected right anymore. He can't put anything together. He doesn't know what's being said. He has no idea because what Greg Brown was saying was absolutely accurate.